I have something I want to say to all the white people who say I'm not responsible, I never owned a slave, and black people need to stop killing each other. Hear me out. During slavery, slaves endured sexual abuse, rape, denial of education, whipping, families split up and sold, shackling, hanging, beating, burning, mutilation, imprisonment, denial of food and sleep, buck busting, families being forced to sleep with each other for the purpose of breeding and then being made fun of for it. Torture, and also, if this was not happening to you directly, you had to watch your loved ones endure all of this. And this is just very few examples, meant for the reassertion of dominance over the slave by the slave master. And after the slaves were freed, they had to endure their babies being used as alligator baits, their skin being sold as fashion, being eaten as a delicacy, being lynched and burned alive. More denial of education. Now they went from being forced to breed to being forced to be sterilized because white supremacists did not want them to have children. Sharecropping being just another form of slavery. And not only that, but through all of this, there were many black communities that were thriving. Through all of this, they found a way to become successful on their own and independent, and that made white people angry. So they burned it down and destroyed the hope and success that they did have. I say all that to say, we still benefit from all these atrocities that were created and committed by white supremacists. While they were denied education or too scared to go to school because they didn't want to be lynched or burned alive, we continued our education. While they were denied generational wealth, we continued to gain generational wealth. While they were denied the ability to simply exist without fear of death or torture, we were happily thriving in our little front yards with our bikes and our bells. We benefit off of the atrocities that were committed. And if you, with a clear conscience, can honestly say that that's okay, then there is something severely wrong with you. This is why I say we are responsible. Whether you like it or not, the sins of our fathers have fallen on our shoulders because we benefit from the atrocities. We benefit from the suffering and the torture of others. You have traumatized parents raising traumatized children in a traumatizing environment that we created through redlining, through PTSD, through trauma, generational trauma that we have not tried to help them heal through. And we still continue to deny them opportunities. This is why I'm saying we have to stand up and do something.
Yes, and through the Spirit, they will pay for that, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Yes, they will pay for that because you are your forefather coming back, man. And it's just not the so-called Negroes. It's the Latinos and Native American. You benefit off our downfall, off this, off atrocity and enslaving us and taking us away from our heritage, man. And with that, I want to say, call hello, Yamla, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostles, elders of great millstone to rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Tazma Deborah coming back through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shai. And through the Spirit, I just want to jump straight into it. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 18. Yahweh is long-suffering and great in mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty. So guess what? You're going to have to pay for all the atrocities you done to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You gained this land off atrocity. You gained your society out the bloodshed of the Negro, Latino, Native American, which are the biblical 12 tribes of Israel. It says, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So you are your forefathers coming back. So this is why you had to pay for that, man. We had to pay for the sins of our fathers, which we are our forefathers in the regeneration. We had to pay for that, and we're still bearing that iniquity to this day. So guess what? You have to pay for that. You have to pay for what you've done to the Negro, Latino, Native American, which are the biblical 12 tribes of Israel, man. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not. We have borne their iniquities, man. We have borne the iniquities of our forefathers, man, because we are forefathers. That's why we catch so much hell in society. That's why we are the first one fired, last one hired. We understand that through the Spirit and power. So like of Yahweh Shai. And you Edomites, guess what? You about to get the same butt of the stick, because this is Deuteronomy All these curses that's upon us is about to fall upon you, man. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, that persecute thee. So all the atrocities that happen to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans in your hands, it's going to fall upon you. And it's gradually already happening already. This is why you see your society on a collapse. Because what you done to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, the Most High haven't forgot. He just let you build that tab up. All the things you done to us, it's about to fall back onto your head, man. Let me bring this out. One of my favorite scriptures. Book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their father, that they do not rise or possess the land or fill the face of the world with cities. So guess what? We're preparing slaughter for you, because you are your forefathers coming back in a regeneration. Yeah, you feel that guilt right now, but you prospered off of it. A lot of Edomites, they don't want to acknowledge what they done to the Negro, Latino, Native American to get them in a position of power. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to acknowledge when Yahweh Shah pull up, because he's going to put all you devils down. Thus says the scriptures. And you already hurt and cut through the word. We ain't got to do nothing but teach the word, and you already cut. We're just preparing the slaughter what Yahweh Shah is about to do to you. What these plagues is how these plagues is gonna increase. That's what we're doing. We're just preparing the slaughter for you. It said, prepare slaughter for his children that they did not prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they did not rise or possess the land or fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off the name of Babylon and the remnant of the son and the nephew, said the Lord. Showing you, this is talking about who? Esau, Edom. You got all what you gained off rape, rob, and murder, and off the bloodshed of Negro, Latino, Native Americans. That's how you got in a position of power and a position of rulership and dominions over the earth, through bloodshed and all these atrocities that she was naming. You're gonna have to pay for that, man. Thus says the scriptures, man. Thus says the scriptures. Real quick. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. And this is what you're seeing. They're getting reproached. Their own tongues will fall upon them. So they're getting perpetual reproach, all the atrocities that they've been doing to our people, man. The Lord's putting that spirit out there, man. And it said the children will complain of ungodly fathers, because they shall be reproached for their sakes, man. And this is what you're seeing, man. Like the scriptures say, their children shall seek to please the poor. And that's what you're seeing taking place, man. She making videos to seek to please the poor, but at the end of the day, you have to pay for the atrocities what your forefathers have done to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. No one gets, the Most High ain't gonna clear the guilty, man. You're guilty. You're guilty. You're caught red-handed. Get it? Red-handed. Esau, Edom. Edom means what? Red. Yeah, you caught red-handed, man. Everybody sees what you've been doing. That's why Moab is calling you out for atrocities and atrocities what you've been doing to the Negroes since we've been in this land. And it says, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. That's what you're seeing. Now you're seeing the downfall of the so-called white man, the wild man, that wild man. He's been exposed. Now he's seeing the downfall of society, man. He's getting reproached through the spirit. We're calling him out. We're tearing down all these strongholds, all these lies and all this iconoclasm, all the lies that he's prospered off, saying that Jesus, which his name is not Jesus, which his name is Yahweh Shah, was white and angels white. All these lies have been teared down by the strongholds. And they're now what? They're making their tongues fall upon themselves. The children is complaining for all the atrocities that their forefathers have done. Why? Because they're getting reproached for their sake, man. And everybody's saying that the so-called white man can't be trusted, that they are the devil, literally the devil that the Bible speaks of. And the devil goes back to the Latin word diablos, what means what? Deceiver. And you can't say that don't fit the so-called white man and white woman to a T, to the very T. They're deceivers, man. They're very crafty and use cunning words to deceive. That's the characteristics of them, man. That's their characteristics. And they're being reproached for the sakes of their forefathers, which they are their forefathers coming back through the regeneration. So with that, Lord willing, is edifying through the Spirit. I seen this. The Spirit how told me to pull over and do a real quick lesson on it, because these devils is they feeling it, man, and they're feeling it. And they ain't even hitting it, and this society ain't even failing yet. They're gonna feel it real soon when this thing really collapse, when it's all anarchy out here. And the scriptures say that should be as a chase row that no man taketh up, man. And that's gonna be that chase row, man. Cause hey, ain't nobody gonna be wanting to be around no Edomite when it's all hell break loose. Cause everybody eyes and everybody goddamn anger is gonna be on towards them, man. And like you already see, they already risen up against each other. Satan divided against Satan. They already divided as a nation. So you seeing the downfall, man. So you Jakes, all we have to do is let Esau do his thing. Cause while he's done, let him fall. Don't hand join a hand, and wicked should not go unpunished. Don't be trying to join into these devils. They're through. Let them fall, man. We're rising up through the Spirit and power. Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, man. So with that, I want to say, call hello Yamla, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great meals on the rule well. Peace and salutation on the Akim, pushing his truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.